Welcome to blizzard number 3. This one started on Groundhog Day, February the 2nd, and that's when I did this bit of time lapse here as it was getting dark and late afternoon. And what I have planned for you today is this short time lapse, and then I will go out and do my, what's now becoming traditional, walk around on my snowshoes. And once I have been plowed out from this, I'm going to take you for a little drive. I was out today and did a drive before the storm started, and the snowbanks were already quite spectacular. So after this one, I expect there'll be even more snow. There's a possibility that this could bring us as much as 40 to 50 centimeters. Know more about it in the next clip here. Well, that is me getting plowed out after this latest mess, which said 50 centimeters, but we got more than 50 centimeters here. It's quite late in the day, and well, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The guy's just getting to plow me out, I imagine, because he had so many other places to do. And he got his truck stuck down in my yard, and had to get another guy with his truck to pull him out. I don't know, there's no place left to put the snow, I guess, and this is probably as good as he can get down in here, because underneath of the snow there's ice, and even with his truck he's spinning. So I guess I'll find the house eventually. I've got my car out at the road. Once he finishes, I've got to go get it off the road and bring it in. And then I'm going to do my snowshoeing trick again. Poor old birds. I've been throwing bird seed out the window for them today. I haven't got out into it to clean out the 2 feeders. Well, as I said, I've been throwing some bird seed out the window on top of the snow for the poor birds. That is what the house looks like at this point in time. I've been out to the chicken coops, out through my back door, my cellar entrance, and did some shoveling, not much, but enough that I got into the 2 coops. I had made a large container of oatmeal with raisins in it this morning. After I had my breakfast, I took a big plate out to each of the coops, and they enjoyed a hot breakfast. I don't know if I can get up over this to even get started or not. We'll give it a try, I guess. Unreal. When I was walking around without the snowshoes at the back of the house, snow was easily over my knees. You can see over there the few little twigs that are sticking out of the ground in front of the house, in front of the door there. That's a rose bush that's been pruned back to about 4 foot high, so it's just 2 or 3 inches sticking out. Well, I made it to the first one anyway. Put a fresh suet cake in, and a day or so ago, and I took the old one and broke it into 4 pieces, and I saw a crow here this morning carrying them away. I guess he got 2 of them. There's one on the ground here he must have dropped. the new one here has been pecked at a bit. So that's the smaller birds doing that. I feel sorry for the poor old crows even. It's got to be a very rough winter on all the wildlife. Very hard for the deer in the woods. Once I get a track beat down out there, it's not so bad coming back. But there's a lot of the snow, but thankfully it's been so cold that it's a dry snow. It isn't all that heavy to shovel, the little bit of shoveling that I do. I only shovel off what's absolutely necessary. Not willing to die for the cause. I don't know what on earth we're going to do if we actually get what's been forecast. This is Tuesday. Thursday night they're saying another storm, possibly just as bad as this one. 50 centimeters plus. The hoop house doesn't look any worse than it did the last storm, I guess. You can only bury it once and it's buried. I suppose it is pretty. It's quite a bit on the trees though, even though it was like I said, a dry snow. But once again, the electricity didn't fail, it didn't even flicker, so something to be thankful for out of all this mess. Well, they've been in it. There's still some seed. I'll scratch it out on the snow and get them fresh. A little squirrel up at the house this morning was out getting the seed that I threw on the snow for the birds and him, and he must have got too cold. All of a sudden he dug a hole and built himself a little snow cave and stood inside of it for quite a while before he came back out to eat some more. Well, there's that done, I guess. I won't force you to struggle back out with me, but when I get back up by the house I'll turn this back on and show you what it looks like down at the coops. I don't know what it was, I just heard a very unusual bird call. And just before I got to this point, something flew out of the old apple tree here. I don't know, it was brown and quite large. And there it goes, I hear it again. I don't know what that is. That one was a blue jay, but the other one, I don't know what the sound is. I thought it might be a hawk, because they've also been feeding at my feeder, eating the doves. Hear it, but can't see it. So it's up there in a tree somewhere. I don't know if anybody recognizes that call. Let me know. It's something I have never heard here before, whatever it is. Take a stroll down past the coops. Go down as far as the coops, I guess. It's going to end up being a longer video than I want to produce, but perhaps I will shorten it up some.
guess you can probably see them quite well at this point. I'll turn around and go back. I'll get this set up in the car and take a drive to see what it looks like out on the highways here. Well, we're ready to hit the highway. Slowly, I suspect. It is really quite snow-covered. I'm going to drive up to the next village, up to Welshpool. And there aren't many houses along the way. No houses along the way, actually. There's the school and the fire hall and an ambulance building. That's about it. But I'm going in that direction because I want to try to get into the grocery store, pick up a few things that I need. It's difficult coming out of the driveway because the snowbanks are so high you can't see what might be coming. Thought last winter was a horrible winter. It was nothing like this. We had snow, but I don't recall seeing snowbanks this high last year. We had lots of snowstorms, but evidently each individual storm didn't have as much as these ones are having. It's an incredible accumulation here right now. Can't picture what it'd be like if we get 50 centimeters more on Thursday, but I'll have to worry about that when it happens, I guess. Down out of the subdivision where I live, and this is the main highway on the island. Route 774 goes the whole length of the island. The roads aren't as bad as I thought they'd be. I think when I came outside it was minus 11. At one point this morning it was minus 19. And we had lots of wind then, so what the wind chill factor would have been, I don't know, but it was brutal. School we just passed on the left, and on the right hand side was the Department of Fisheries and Oceans office. That obviously was a lunatic. Lunatic in a hurry, I guess. Right-hand side is the fire department, volunteer fire department, situated out here in the middle of nowhere because this is like halfway between the two large villages, so no matter which direction they had to go for a fire, they're as close to it as they can get, I guess. Large beaver pond on the right. Was a large beaver pond. The water's gone way down and the Department of Highways kept destroying the dam, and I think the beavers just got discouraged and moved away. And on the right in there is the ambulance building. Very fortunate we have 24-hour ambulance service with trained paramedics. golf course, which I still haven't got out to do my snowshoeing, but one of these good days there's certainly plenty of snow to snowshoe around it. I'm getting enough snowshoe exercise right at the house. Small motel coming up on the right here, and on the left is where I'm headed, the business center with the Village Mart grocery store, drug store and that sort of thing, agency liquor store, all that good stuff. Well, when I get back home, I'll see if I can't get this put together and uploaded to show you blizzard number 3, and I'm hoping that blizzard number 4 goes somewhere else.